Hello everyone and welcome to Tonic Live. Hello everyone and welcome to Tonic Live with me Owen.
Me Alison.
And me Daniel.
Hello everyone. What is Tonic Live? If you haven't joined us before, Tonic Live are live papercraft tutorials with Ali. And me and Dan go through your questions and suggestions on the iPhone, and that's kind of how it works. If it's your first live stream, see that it says live in the corner? See the comments bit by there? Just say hey, say what you're up to, do an emoji.
Who's doing the coffees today?
Who's doing the coffees today? Let us know. If you fancy doing the coffees, get them in. I know I know you sort of share it between you. Happy birthday to Eugenie as well. So Eugenie and Zach share a birthday today.
And Zach today.
Happy birthday to you both.
I won't sing, I promise.
We promise that won't happen.
Because you don't want me singing. You really don't.
Would he do like a Marilyn Monroe?
Oh my God, no, I can't sing at all. Not at all.
Right, so we got a little bit of.
Have I got my dinner on my face?
Got your soup on your face. Go give it another. There you go. You got it.
Have I?
Friends tell friends, don't they?
Oh, trust me.
It's like I could leave the soup on your face, or we could.
Thank you, madam.
I wouldn't have felt right if I left it.
Thank you.
Happy Cake Day to everyone. Starbucks over here, living the American dream. Oh, that's it. Is there a Starbucks emoji yet?
Bless.
I'm not sure. He's doing a little dance. Thank you. Oh, no problem. Shall I put the kettle on? Sue, yeah, would you want to get the drinks in, Sue, forever? Someone get the drinks in and whatever other confectionery emoji they fancy.
We've got a couple of like water, haven't we?
We have got a couple of, some like tea, some like coffee, but I think people are generally just happy to have the emoji and have that. Hi, Laura, making cards is fun is with us. Lisa, hi all, just remembered. I know, we were on time. Bang on time.
Whoa.
Dan's just
popped out for
He's just popped out for a moment to the little boys' room. So he'll be back in a moment. But yeah, so yeah, let us know what you're going to make today.
Well, I did promise you that I would go through the rubbish, and go through the rubbish I did, and this is what I made. So I thought I'd make a little candle. We've lost the candle. I'm not sure where the candle is.
The little tea light is over there with Dan, but yeah, you've got little tea light in there, but you can see. There you go. See that?
And these would go outside as well, as long as you didn't have the paper on the inside, which wouldn't be a problem. You could put proper candles in here and hang them in the garden.
Yeah. So
I think they'd be lovely for the summer barbecues. We've got Easter coming up. You know, we're always hoping for nice weather when the schools.
Yeah, nice little gift.
With a Diddy coffee jar. So obviously just give them a rinse. Oh, give them a rinse. Get rid of all your labels.
Oh, Dan's back by the way.
I'm back.
He's returned.
Yes,
So I had a pop bottle, just any old pop bottle, a Coke can. You know, if you wanted to use the regular Coke can, I mean, I've kind of hidden all the packaging. It's all at the back. But if you wanted to use the regular Coke can and use the red and white as part of the design, then you could do that as well. And the last one, which I thought I had another piece and I didn't, was a tomato puree tube. I just cut the top and the bottom off and then flatten it out. And the more you run it through the machine, the flatter it gets.
What were you doing? Looking around your kitchen, seeing what are good materials to...
Yeah, I was looking at the recycling.
Good, clever.
What did I have there? So this was what I had at the time. But again, I mean, look at the different plastics you've got. You know, some opaque plastics. I don't know how they react, and you'd have to try and see if they cut. I know all these will cut. I mean, that was another thing I did look at, because I knew I didn't have time to test everything. So I had to test, you know, I had to use what I knew would cut.
Is it fairly safe to try? So if you find a material and you think, oh, will this work?
Give it a go.
So especially with a heavy-duty machine like the Tangerine, you can look after it, put it through.
I mean, even if your, you know, your bottles are a little bit thicker, give them a try. Maybe you'll get an outline, but you have to run around it after with the scissors, possibly, if it's too thick. But it's always worth a try.
Gives you a good guide.
You're not going to hurt anything.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if you're going through your machine and it's straining, you know your machines. Don't strain your machine. But none of these did. So I'm going to do a bit of cutting first because I wanted to show you exactly how these cut. And they cut like butter. So the easiest bit I found was to take the middle of the pop bottle. Excuse the crackling.
Yeah. It's a loud show today.
It's what?
It's going to be a loud show today.
Oh!
Case in point.
Oh. And then...
Did Alison say tomato puree too? Yes, she did.
I did.
Kim said, did you have a nice pee, Dan?
Thank you. Yeah.
We've told everyone, don't
That's
we?
alright.
I just didn't want you to be embarrassed and come back because you were like,
Right. Well, they said I couldn't go before I started, so it was just...
I said, go on.
So you had to go after.
I know.
He
So
was
brought-
dancing around on the spot. He was.
Come on, let's start!
I brought some kitchen wipe because I knew it had a little bit of water left in these. No matter how much you drain them, you still end up with a little bit. So there's my middle of my bottle. And I'm just going to chop it down again, just so that it's easier to go through the machine. Because obviously you've still got that bend. But that bend can work to your advantage, especially when you're doing flowers, I think, because it gives them that little cup shape. So we'll pop that to one side.
Just any see latecomers. Oh, I'll show it at the top. There we go. This is what we're making today. So made using recycled materials from Ali's recyclable box. There we go.
It's very softly spoken. Just
Yeah, that's how I'm doing it now from now on.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So what?
It's
The
my
people,
new. It's my new thing.
the people that can't hear you. Then.
Monty
Is that
Don,
what
like
it is?
off
Gardener's
Gardener's
World.
World. I've seen him with his dog, and I think he's a guy to aspire to.
Top boy.
He's properly good.
So I'm going to cut the two, but I'm going to leave a big gap in the middle. I've used the flowers from our kit. Kit 4, 5.
Five, I think.
It doesn't have to be these flowers. It could be any dyes you've got, any flower dyes. But I just thought, well, if I did flowers and leaves, it's pretty generic and you've all got them. So just run it through your machine. I mean, you may feel that the acetate doesn't quite go flat, or the plastic rather. Nice bit of crackle
Different
there.
sound, yeah.
Yeah,
It's more of a crunchy kind of like
it is.
hard sweets kind of crunch.
It
yeah,
is.
and like,
So if I'll cut another two for you, and then you can have a colour as well if you want to. So there's our little shapes. I don't think you're going to see them as yet. Oh, I will show you.
There you go. Maybe you can touch.
But it just cut straight
Oh,
through,
place.
Go to the top, go
just
on.
like butter.
There you go. Yeah, you can. Pull back.
So
There
I'll do
you go.
another two
Really
for
nice.
you. And because it's a dye, it kind of curls the edges under. So you don't have any sharp edges on it.
There you go.
They're nice and smooth.
Yeah, really good. I think people maybe haven't tried this before. You're a bit wary of sort of damaging your dyes, maybe. But
You
it's
won't
not
damage your dyes. You really won't damage
They
your
can't,
dyes
so
at
you know
all.
they're not going to.
Exactly, exactly. So there's another two that you can have a play with as well.
Thanks for showing the samples to us latecomers. Much appreciated. No problem.
Oh,
That's why I'm here to hold things up.
I think that's pretty
And
much.
talk.
I think that's pretty much the only reason.
Ah, that's it.
so my next bit is the Coke can. So again, just cut into it. You're not going to use a whole lot. Be careful as you're cutting this, especially if you're doing it with children, because the edges are quite sharp.
Yeah.
So maybe this is something that you would want to do yourself. But I only want a small bit of this, because I'm going to just cut some leaves.
Nice little soundboard today.
It
This
is
is
quite.
It is.
It's like one of those old-fashioned radio shows. That's where they go.
Yes.
He walked into the
We'll have
building.
the coconut now, won't we?
Horse. They
What
opened
kind
the
of
door.
horses are you?
Bang.
Mate?
They
There
would
you
have the
go.
coconuts.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cut the leaves on the inside. It's got a little bit of a coating on the inside, but I haven't found it any problem at all cutting it. So again, just pop your plate on top and it just flattens it.
Hi, Tonic Trio. I saw Alison, this is Donna Joy. Saw Alison was being trashy, so I had to tune in to see for myself. Seriously, I love this kind of crafting. It's such fun. Yeah, oh, this was me growing up, sort of crafting, just anything like washing up dairy liquid.
Pizza,
this was properly. I loved this kind of stuff.
So there's, I mean, there are on the back. The edges are a little bit sharp, but I mean, I've run my fingers over them and I've not cut myself. If you are worried, then rub a little bit of an emery board or sandpaper over the back, because they've not, you know, I haven't damaged anything with them.
And like, it got a nice sort of matte shine to it, you know, it's quite...
It's lovely,
nice,
isn't it? And again, different cans are going to be different inside, so have a look at them all.
Different thickness.
And then the last bit then was the tomato puree, so I've only got a tiny little area at the bottom that I can cut in. So I've only got one chance at this one.
Will Alison make it?
I know. Will it have a corner chopped off my leaf? I did see somebody comment, will I have white stilettos on? I haven't got my white stilettos.
It's a trashy. I don't know what, but a trashy guy would like a vest. I'd wear like a fishnet vest.
Fishnet vest?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I look like Ramsey Nesbitt.
No, that's it, Ramsey Nesbitt. Yeah, Ramsey Nesbitt. Or like keeping up appearances. Do you know, like the guy?
Yeah.
His brother, is it? Which one's his brother? Onslow, yeah.
So there's our leaf. And again, you know, you can work with the colours that the metals give you. And, you know, I will be looking at different things again. Would you like me to do this again?
I think they're loving it, yeah. I said that was a tomato puree.
That was, you can't see much of the tube left, but that was tomato puree. So I've cut a little strip.
I can see people just buying tomato puree, just squeezing it all out into the bin.
Yeah.
All out. I'm not going to make a bolognese for a while. Let's just squeeze it all out.
I know. Oh, there's my... I cut a little strip of acetate, and how I measured it was just curl it around, drop it in, measure it roughly. You can have a tiny little bit of an overlap and that's not going to matter. I've already measured this one, see. So I measured like from the base to the top. Maybe you need to trim a little bit, maybe not. But the way to get it out, the easiest way I found, if I can do it now,
smash the glass,
is catch a corner and just coil it, and then it will just give it a little bit of a pull and a coil.
Make it a tighter.
Yeah, and it comes back out. So, I mean, if you want to leave these outside, then keep the lid. Put the lid back on then after you've finished, and they can be left outside. If you're going to use real candles, obviously don't put this paper in, but if you're going to use battery tea lights, then it's fine. So what I've used to put my pattern in the middle of this is one of the dies from this month's kit, because I thought it was a really pretty die. If you didn't have this, what could you use? Any strip.
Yeah.
There's a verso strip.
Well, those like the lace borders and things like that?
They would cut it out.
Right.
You could do that as well, mind. You could just cut a strip of that and wrap that into the inside, or you can put it on the outside. If you put in real candles, then maybe put it on the outside, but you wouldn't be able to leave it outside then.
So I'm sure you'll go through your collection and find something which works with a strip, but yeah, off the top of our heads, yeah, strips would be your one.
We had, I'm just thinking, we had the patchwork dies. Patchwork dies would work with this one. Again, it's going to depend on how big your jar is.
If your die is bigger, so say you had a layering die or something like that, or just something with quite a lot of pattern, like a pattern panel,
right?
But you only wanted to do a centre strip of that panel.
Yeah.
How would you do? Do you mask off the sides either side of that? If you follow, so if say you had a pattern panel which was bigger than that, but you only wanted that section of the pattern,
you're not going to be able to.
But is there a way of just like covering those bits?
because the pressure is still going to cut
The pressure
it.
wouldn't get through to that,
No.
that then. Oh.
You would need something narrower. But again, you may have a bigger jar than I'm using.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty diddy jar, I gotta be honest. You know, it looks to me, it's not much bigger than your baby food jar.
No.
What else? I'm just trying to think what else we've got.
Aisha sounds like bits of You're probably the only other person I remember who
I
knows
remember Bitzer.
Bits of
My
this,
son
bits of that.
loved Bitzer.
Put it all together and what have you got? A brilliant show. Awesome.
And Smart. That was another one he loved.
Smart, yeah.
I remember Smart.
Smart,
And Art
yeah.
Attack.
Yeah.
Art Attack.
I think it's Lisa John asking what material you're using now.
This is vellum.
Oh, okay.
This is the thicker of the vellums. More than you do parchment craft on. So you've got a nice little thickness there. So I'm trying to line them up. I'm doing either end first, and then we line the middle up then. Oh, I tell you what I did last time as a tip. Maybe this will help. Line it up on the side of your board, so you can see the bottom where you've cut. Now that I can bring it in there. Line it up on the side of your board, and then when you do the next one, you know they're all going to be in a straight line. Nearly forgot that top tip.
Top tip. How to was good as well. If you remember, do you remember How to? That's How for Now.
Oh,
It was on ITV.
Yeah.
Was it? Yes,
Had
of
a
course
Welsh
I remember
bloke
it.
on there as
Yes, something
It was good, that.
Griffiths.
It was quite
I remember
it was quite sciencey as well.
They did
Well, it was
something
How
about,
in my day.
That was
wasn't
How
it?
for Now.
How.
They
Yeah.
did something about like toast always landing a certain way or something,
Yeah.
no matter the distance. I can't remember now. Something
Butt
like that.
side down.
Yeah, something weird.
Like that was Brainiac. Have you ever seen Brainiac?
Mm.
That was good as well.
Yeah, all these my son watched. And the one that I watched when I was little was, I don't know whether anyone remembers it, was Why Don't You? That was when they used to be on in the school summer holidays.
What sort of did they? It was that kind of making.
They would make anything.
Make
they would
a
do a bit
pencil
of
case
cooking.
out
They
of-
would do a bit of everything on there.
Awesome.
But the full thing was, why don't you just switch off your television sets and go and do something less boring instead?
Yeah.
And that was the
That's
name
fair.
of the
That's
programme.
fair. Are there making programs out there at the moment? Or Mr. Maker, I guess, is around. I think he's a popular one at the moment.
I don't even watch them now.
But I can't. Hopefully, there are still those sort of
I'm
programs.
sure there are. I'm sure there are, because there's always going to be children who are very crafty orientated.
Yeah.
So there's my, oh gosh, we need something under that, don't we? There's my little panel to go in the inside. Again, you can put little dies to have fluty edges. You can put coloured vellum, or even put, what do they call them? What's those things you have with cameras when you have the different colours?
Filter.
Yeah, filters.
Yeah.
Don't know whether you've got any at all.
Yeah, the ones if you're having like a cheesy disco,
Yeah,
you'd have them
something
in the
like
front.
that.
Yeah.
If you coil your piece of parchment, just to pop in the middle, and then it will spring out and fit your jar. All right. So that's the start of it. So we can get rid of that. Get rid of that.
Really, really cool. I like it. I think this is combining another thing that people enjoy. So obviously the home decor side of this, but yeah, that upcycling, like doing that. I think
Yeah.
I think it could be one to do. Tilly loves Postman Pat, and every American who sees it thinks we're nuts, singing along. Yeah, a program about a postman just generally just doing his daily job. I don't remember much peril in it either.
There
Like,
were.
sort of,
I remember. I actually watched an episode fairly recently
like
with Sean upstairs.
Oh
Nice
dear.
little
Did a
band.
cow-
Now this is going to be
I know,
sad.
did a
right.
cow go in the road or something
No,
like?
there was like the chickens escaped or something, and then like Postman Pat had to go and like save them or get them back.
It
or
contains
something.
mild peril.
It does contain
Oh,
mild
dear.
peril.
Yeah.
There was one because one of the chickens stole his keys. Mild peril. That was.
Oh,
It's
that
like,
is-
how's he gonna do his job now? He ain't got his van keys anymore. He's got Jess the cat sitting there waiting. You know?
How did it turn? It wasn't a two-parter, was it? It turned out
No,
alright.
no, it was all. It's got a self-contained episode.
Cliffhanger.
Oh
Yeah.
dear. So I've got my, I don't know whether you're going to see, you will see when I put some colour. This is my little acetate flower. And I'm using the new colours of the alcohol markers. There is a chart you can download. That's why we've got the chart here. It's on our Facebook
It's on the
page.
official group, so if you go on the official group, in the file section on the side, you'll find this and a load of other Nuvo swatches. If you've got a Nuvo product which the swatch isn't there, I've probably got it in the folder. I just didn't want to upload them all at the same time. So if it's one you're looking for, I'm not sure whether embossing powder's up there or things like that, just let me know and I'll get it, and you can download it and fill these in there, because said you had a bit of fun filling these out.
I did. And it's for future reference as well, because you can go back to the papers, match your craft perfect, what matches what.
Hold it to your thing. Yeah, perfect.
What colour do I need for this project? Again, with your crystal drops and things, because some of them do dry a little bit different to the colour you see in the bottle. So I've just given it one coat of all colour. I've gone over it with one colour. There's no skill to this whatsoever, and the blotchier you make it, the better it looks after. So the one I'm using, I love the names on these. That was pink grapefruit. Now I've got tiger lily, and I'm just going around the top of the petals this time, just to give it. I've done some that have got darker middles, and then I've done others that have got darker petals, so it's entirely up to you. So this one, just going over the top on the petals.
Kim, I'll check up the glitter paste one on there. David says, Fireman Sam never put a single fire out, as I can't remember. He wasn't that type of fireman, was he? He was more like cats from trees.
Yeah.
He did put fires out occasionally, though. But he mainly just kind of like pulled Ned's head out of the fence or something like that. Norman, yeah.
Norman.
Get it right now.
But say Norman caused like 80% of the fire service problems there. Just need some education.
Troubled child.
He's Sam Tan in there, isn't he?
He's Sam Tan, yeah.
Sam Tan.
He's from Pontypandy, isn't he?
Pontypandy, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's good that he's global. Sam.
Yeah.
He just brings it,
So if you look at this, you're going to look at it and think, that looks absolutely atrocious. And if I can bring it up, let's put something white behind it, maybe that. It looks really blotchy, and you think, well, that's not very good colouring. But
you're not a colourist though either.
I'm not a colourist, but I may be.
You said you may be. You said you're going approaching that.
I may be. When you look at petals, there's all different colours going through them. And the blotchy effect gives it that sort of effect. Well, to me it does, anyway. Because you're colouring on acetate, the alcohol is going to pool in little areas. So that's where you're going to get an excess of colour and things. So
it dries too as well, doesn't it? Like it dries too.
It dries.
It's not like
that's dry.
Yeah.
That's dry.
Brilliant,
There's nothing coming off on my fingers. So the other ones then, because I wanted a little bit of contrast. Whoops. You going to colour yours?
I will colour mine.
Like
I would like to. Just
I
any different colour each, is it?
Do whatever you like.
Okay.
Do whatever you like.
Right. How is YouTube, Dan? Are they all right?
So the next one then, these are the apricots, and these are more gentle. So we've got ginger peach is the lightest. So again, I'm just giving it a nice little coating of the whole colour. Then the next one then is cantaloupe. So I think I'll do this one a little bit different. I'll put the colour in the middle of this one. So just dab it on, because it can be quite difficult to get an even coating on the plastic. And the last one then is fruit punch. Now I found the chisel ends easier to use, probably because you put in more ink down. And I'm just colouring the centre, I will show you now, and just bringing it out just a little bit into the flower.
Cool effect with them pooling, like it just looks.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, really good.
So that, hang on, that's that colour. So they're a little bit more gentle than the other one, but I think they look like that, because I think that is going to add character to the project, because they all look different.
So yeah, they do. They've got their own sort of unique shape to them. I haven't done my ones yet.
I'll warm them now. Give them a little warm. So
I've
got quite a few.
3 or 2?
2.
That's right.
2.
Good. The internet's okay, and it's done on the.
It wasn't for
on the stream. Is it right now?
It should
So
be okay
that's
now.
those. And again, make sure you've got something metal to hold it down with. Really good to see you. And I heated it until they've stopped moving, really. And some you find get a nicer shape than others. I think it's just the bend of the bottle, the way it's been done.
That's it, you can keep them in a little pot or something if you want to do them.
Exactly.
Yeah, very nice. That's it, I was trying to work out what you, when you said from the bin earlier, I didn't know what it was, what it was made for. Again, yeah, hopefully the stream's alright, everyone. Yeah, was YouTube okay, Dan? Are they on there?
Quite a bit.
How are you all on YouTube? Are you okay?
Yeah.
We'll get through your
Are you having a
your
good
comments.
Wednesday?
Are you having a good Wednesday?
There we go. Now that one has shrunk a lot smaller, and they're all the same dye. Oops. But that one, oh, it's a bit hot.
Yeah.
Don't move them straight away. That one is a lot smaller than that one. And they're exactly the same dye. So there is absolutely no science in doing this. You're going to get what you're going to get at the end of it. So colouring in the leaves, I had a look at them and I tried different colours on the copper, and I found when I put the lightest green, didn't make any difference, and it still kind of kept that brassy look on it, and I wanted to move that a little bit. It may be that your project, that's what you want to keep, but I thought, right, if I put the darker green, it almost kind of brings it down a little tone. So that was what I chose for that one. And then for the other sprig, because it's silver, the lighter green worked really well on it. It was a nice, soft, gentle colour.
That's it, you know, try your markers on these different textures, materials. Like, you know, you may not have thought that, you know, the good thing about the white or silver, gives you more room to go in terms of colour. But,
it does,
you know,
it does.
Whatever, the tin or anything, you should find something that's going to blend well with the colours or the markers you've got, and you're going to create
if you want a bit more colour,
really cool effect.
A bit of shade, a little bit, not a lot in there, but you can bring a little bit of shade in. Depends on what you want to do with it.
Definitely. Stitching apart the flowers while watching you. Lots of French knots. What are they?
French knots are an embroidery stitch. I don't do embroidery either, mind.
Do you have to look when you're doing it, or?
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, yeah.
When you get like, I bet
I would.
The world champ can.
You still got to look where you're stitching. I'm going to move those out to the way.
When you're knitting, do you have to?
No, I can knit without looking.
Oh,
I can knit and watch.
Skills.
I know.
Level 5.
Yeah.
I know. I used to knit an awful lot.
I've never knitted.
How long does a scarf take?
Depends how long you want the scarf and how thick it is.
Depends how long is a piece of string.
Exactly.
Say
well, a piece of yarn, anyway.
Say that big.
It's not a very big scarf, though.
That's not very big to go around your neck.
Okay.
I have to
From there to there, then.
How about a table length? That's
depends what thickness of wool it is that you're knitting and how thick your needles are. So
I don't want all this jargon. All right.
I'm sorry.
Why are you dodging the question? Just
if it's a thick wool, then
politician.
you could do it in an evening. But if it's a very thin wool, then it's going to take you a while to do it. This is our stamp cleaner. Little spray on your mat, and it will clean up all your alcohol markers.
Use your flower holder
My
to
flower
dry
holder,
it.
there we are.
Recycling
All
everything.
There we are, you can give you as a spray and a clean as well. See, not only do I do the polishing while I'm at it.
Yeah, let's go. I'll recycle your bit by then.
Okay, off you go.
Careful of the phone then.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't clean the phone.
We'll include it in part of the make.
Okay,
put it through the dyeing machine.
With a heat gun.
My string. I've used our twine. Because again, I wanted it a little bit rustic. So this is how the twine comes to you. And I've just cut off a length. So I've doubled it over. And wrapped it around the middle in half, and I've tied a knot because obviously I don't want this slipping, so it's a little bit of a reef knot, if I can remember how to do it. Right over left and under, left over right and under. So there's my little knot, so it's nice and sturdy. So there we are, so it's holding around there. So bring these together over the top, and I've fed these, I hope I haven't done it too tight now, underneath the other side of the string, because again I wanted it to be quite snug. I've probably put it too tight now. And I didn't bring a pokey tool.
There was a pokey tool.
Do you have a pokey?
I do, I'll put it over here earlier. Right.
You go on. If you haven't, then I'll do it with this. Not a problem.
There you go.
There
you go.
You are a treasure.
Kim says, are you hinting at a scarf? I can do a scarf and loom in less than a day. I'm not, it's getting a bit warmer now. I probably wouldn't wear a scarf now. A baseball cap, a wool baseball cap.
A woolly baseball cap?
Yeah,
oh my
good.
Word.
Or a wool pair of shorts would be quite nice for summer, swim shorts.
Swim shorts.
But otherwise, no, I'm not.
No, my mother told me stories about when she'd knitted a bathing
For next
suit.
Christmas though, we should get some made, Tonic.
It wasn't a good day for
Tonic
her at the
merch.
beach.
What, woolen?
She knitted a pair of bathers and went to the beach with them.
Oh, come on, innit? Surprise, surprise. It
When you
doesn't
didn't
work.
So the
have,
blacks come out.
you didn't have the fabric then that you have now.
You have to make two.
Yes, she had to have someone to walk in front of her, getting out to the pool, out to the sea. I know.
It's like I
But
can't even
was
think of a
my
worse
mother.
material to make.
That was my mother.
Fair play, give it a go, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, she'd give anything a go. Right.
Did you didn't make you bathers too, was it?
Oh,
Did you make a
God, no.
everyone's
family.
got one?
No.
Family outing
no,
with the bathers. And,
No. She'd have made a lot of things if she could. Hang on.
Mariana, I'm still waiting for Kit 7. Should I worry or allow a couple more days? Where are you based, Mariana? Because you probably should have had it by now.
yeah, probably.
Probably. So if not, we always keep a few back. So if it's not, just drop us a message actually to support@tonic-studios.com. Let us know and we'll take a little look. Louisa remembers wool bikinis or woolly bikinis, but you wouldn't go for you wouldn't try and do like some relay racing like the gala in it.
No.
No.
I can't swim. So
It became very heavy in the water,
swim,
apparently.
Not very well. No, not at all. I just never did football instead. Really stuck to stuff on land.
Still like so. Big swimmer. I'm a big fan of swimming.
I'm just wrapping.
One of those people who got up really early.
Out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to Wales training. Like they always used to like when my cousins were like that. They get up like 5 o'clock every day, go to swimming and do all that. Not for me.
No.
Not for me.
Right, I'm going to try something different. I've got a knot on the one side because I was going to try and feed it through. Try and weave it, but I'm not going to. I've got a knot and I am going to push this through here and then tie it around the knot. You know when you do something and you think, why did I do that? It's another one of those times.
It's alright. Yeah, they were fashioning. Yeah, I think I have seen it. Quite a bit 70s, aren't they? Like a
yeah. This was like before the 70s. My mother made it.
She was well ahead of it at the time. Then,
She was, but she knitted everything. There we are.
Just everything.
Everything.
Anything and anything.
Anything.
Oh, you a new
and
mug,
everything.
Al? Oh, that doesn't hold water very well.
Do you remember I don't know whether you remember, you know the crinoline ladies that sat on your toilet roll?
Oh, those things.
My nan had one of those. Yeah. It's quite. It's a thing. My nan had one of those as well. Yeah.
So there's our little string wrapped around the top, and then I'm just gonna chop off the excess because we're gonna cover that anyway. And to hold all the strings together, that's all I've done is gone to the middle, tied them, and then later on we'll put a little flower on the top as well. So that's that bit done. And now is warm up my heat gun.
Yeah. Paula says, a couple of my staff just came in to see me and didn't believe we used to have pound notes when she saw one on the notice board. I think we're quite a range of ages, like here in the office. So, like, listened a lot of 90s earlier, and Simon, our manager, he was like our sort of age in the 90s, or at least probably Dan's age more closer to, or even younger maybe. And it's just like for us, it's like ironic listening to the music. I think
he'd be
18 or 19.
Sure,
it's like because we were playing some Blur, and he was like, I was like, what was this? Just take you back. And it did take him back.
Okay, so my next bit, I've got my heat gun on now, just warming, and I'm going to cut again my plastic bottle and some thin little strips of plastic. So they're probably about half a centimetre maybe in thickness. I don't know why I'm holding it up, because it's transparent. But there's no, there's no rule into this, that is the thickness it has to be. So again, I'm going to take my green, got my nice zesty green. This is Persian lime, is what I've got.
These are the best names I think they ever did.
They're awesome names.
Like Louise was, she was on fire when she was doing that. Names. When she was doing these.
So I'm just colouring these, and then they got a chance to dry then. But what I've done with the one end, I've just rounded the one end off, so it's a little bit more organic then. There we are. We leave them there to dry. And now we can just start building everything up with our little flowers. So is anyone going to have a go at this project?
Yeah. I think they're going to take parts of it as well, because I think like using this kind of stuff with your dyes. I know, like you hear this all the time. It adds a whole new dimension to your crafting, right? Because you hear these phrases all the time, like about that. But that's it. Sometimes things will come along, or a technique, which it opens a new world to your dyes and use them in completely different ways. And that's, I think, with this kind of stuff, it is, because I know people like acetate and they do that, but you've got some in your home.
Exactly.
You've got to give it a go.
I mean, the other thing to use, I'm just positioning these now wherever I feel like, really. There's no, I'm covering my knot on the one side. So that's my aim there, is just to cover the knot, make it look pretty. Then we'll pop in a couple of these leaves.
A few people saying just the year. Paula was a 1971 baby. David's 1971 also. Do you know the number one when you were born, Dan? I know mine. I've looked it up.
I looked it up, and I think it was Ice Ice Baby by
Vanilla Ice.
Oh my word!
I think.
I can't remember what mine was.
I looked it up.
I'm
like
sure
it was like one of those websites that tells. I'm sure it was something like that.
Mine's Tapao, China in your hands.
Oh right, I've select that.
Yeah.
I'll double check now.
It's kind of weird because you must think, your parents were driving to the hospital or whatever, and that might have been on the radio. And they're going, I hate that song. And just turning it off.
My son's was, it was the Bluebells. I can't think of the name of it now. It's like Grey Diddly Diddly Diddly.
Grey Diddly Diddly Diddly.
It's like it's like a hillbilly type music.
Somebody will remember.
Somebody will know it. Or somebody can look it up. It was 30th of March 93.
Yeah. First ever album was Cyndi Lauper, Sergio Hollow. I had quite eclectic first ever albums.
I like
Beach Boys. I'm a big Beach Boys fan.
I like Beach Boys.
I had the greatest hits and stuff like that. But we also family had like
the one and only.
Yeah, he was. He was right, wasn't he?
We'll save that then. We'll pop this on the other side.
That was on the day I was born. That was the number one, apparently. In the UK.
I know, we've got a bit of a string there. I'm going to pop that in there. And then we'll pop some of the littler flowers then on top.
They could have said, they could have called you Chesney. You could be like...
Oh gosh, heaven forbid.
Chesney Lewis.
Chesney Lewis.
Just be glad you're Dan.
They could have called me Tapao. That's like a completely different, what a name.
So there's another weird one. There's in America, because I was number one in the UK. Number one in America at the time was Coming Out of the Dark by Gloria Estefan. So
there you go.
sweet
Quite
one.
Where were the Nouveau charts again? The Nouveau charts, if you go in the file section on the official Tonic Facebook group, so join the group. If you type in Tonic Studios Facebook group, you'll find it. Join the group, I'll accept you. Just go on the file section, you can download all of them then. My sister dated Chesney Hawkes.
Oh, wow.
What a claim to fame.
Wow.
Did you ever meet him? Did he come around the house? I bet everyone gave him banter about One and Only all the time. I bet it just was relentless. Oh, the One and Only. Here he is.
Here's our Chesney.
Were you with the cassette album era? Yeah, I was cassette and CDs.
I remember cassettes well.
I think cassettes were still kicking around when I was relatively young. They were on their way out, I think.
Alex,
I remember getting a CD when I was like 12.
Oops.
So, like, I don't know.
I had the Lightning Seed CD. That's why we played it earlier. I remember that. That's why. I had Jimmy Nail. We used to listen to a lot as a family.
I like Jimmy Nail.
Big River and Cowboy Dreams. Like it was really big. You know, it was quite popular. That country sort of. It was quite good.
That came on the radio yesterday.
It was good. Yeah. I think Hedgehog Alex at Hedgehog Hollow says. She said she had all the Right Said Fred albums on cassette, and Steve Wright covering the Beach Boys. Steve Wright covering the Beach Boys. Did he do him justice? What songs did he do? Did he do all the voices himself?
Where are you from, Alex?
I know, like Alex. I think she was. Where's you from the UK? I think you're living in the US now, aren't you, Alex? But yeah, that's. I got to check that out.
These in. Oops. If you're not quite happy with the way they sit in, then pop something on top.
Leslie said the Bluebell song was Young at Heart.
That's it, Young at Heart.
Oh, see, I
did say that.
You did it, to be fair. Fair enough. Harry Belafonte, Mary's Boy Child. I thought we don't feel old by these. Just enjoy just the reminiscing of it. Baby, Now That I've Found You, by the Foundations. Sarah, these are all good. These are good songs. Mary's Boy Child, was that around Christmas or did it get adapted as a
I think
Christmas
that was
song?
Christmas.
It must have been.
I think it was.
Blue Moon for Secret Hair and then Jealous Guy for Adore. That's good songs.
I can't remember what mine was.
David's was Slade, Because I Love You.
I can Google it if you want.
The 22nd of August, 64.
Check that out. It's Bosch. Oh, I thought this was like... I thought Lisa was saying the one from like her birth and she was like, it's a Bosch one, Donna. And I was like, Bosch one by Donna. I was like, is that the one? No, yeah, that's the heat gun, Bosch.
Oh, Bosch.
I thought that's right. I thought she was talking about the number one.
It's the Bosch glue pen. It's it doesn't heat up as much as the glue guns, and that's why I kind of like them because I'm a bit dangerous with a glue gun.
Have I the Right by the Honeycombs?
All right.
Have you heard that one?
Yeah.
I know that one.
That's it.
Do you know?
I don't think so.
I think you probably would if you heard it.
I've heard of the Honeycombs, so I imagine I've heard of that song.
I've never
Have
heard of
I
it.
the right to hold you?
Diddly.
Yeah, I did say I wouldn't sing. I'm so sorry. I do apologise.
Classic. That's good wedding disco fodder.
Yeah.
David remembers loading computer games by cassette. Me too. I had a BBC B, and the cassette took like about half an hour to load.
You loaded cassettes, well, like floppy disks, or like.
Those cassettes.
Oh.
Like a cassette would play a game. Like you'd load it, and they would just have to load. Like.
Oh.
Wow.
You don't remember them?
Don't remember that. That was the very first.
First games console was Sega Mega Drive.
Cartridges. Oh, you were well in the future, mate. Future boy.
First console was a cartridge.
Your generation.
So I'm not even thinking where these are going.
Or 32-bit.
I'm just kind of popping a little bit of glue on them and just adding them because they're such random shapes that you just build up your shape as you go. So there's our shape that we've got to so far. Maybe that'll be better to show you.
Cool.
Really, really cool. All the textures and the colours.
Yeah. So just leave these do their own thing. And
you've done that with the you do it with the markers. You create, the actual. Yeah, it's like having a piece of paper. You just create with the markers, and sometimes the metallics they're even easier to colour because you can move them around a bit.
The metallics are more opaque, mind. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use the glitter markers because they're all going to be water based. So it definitely needs the alcohol to stick to the plastic. What I've got now are these little strips that I cut off. So I'm just going to round off, both there, one end on each. Just so you don't have those sharp edges, because you don't want to...
Commodore 64. I know
Commodore,
that name.
yeah.
And there's an Atari one as well. Is that the same one?
You kind of, for Sarah for a second then, I thought the first album was like the Commodores as well then. I've kind of just, there's a lot of confusion. Sue's first album was Ride a White Swan by Mark Bolan and T-Rex.
I remember that. God, you were cool, Sue.
I know, yeah. I like the T-Rex, yeah. They're really good now. Was it Mark Bolan and T-Rex, or was they called T-Rex?
It was just called
I think they were T-Rex. Mark Bolan was just the singer.
Yeah. I
think and then because he died, then he kind of went to fame, didn't he? Through
I think they were just called T-Rex.
I think it was just T-Rex.
Tie a yellow ribbon around the oak tree.
Yes,
that's Victoria.
That was one of my mother's favourite. My mother was a singer, and she used to sing that song.
I bet.
But I used to have to write the words down for her first. So when she learnt a song, I learnt a song. Because I'd listened to it so many times. So that's all I've done with this plastic is wrapped it around a brush handle. And it hoils the coil. I don't know whether you can see that. It holds the shape.
Kind of like the...
Even though I've not heated it, it's held the shape of that coil.
It's kind of like those weird, like, popular wind chimes from the 90s.
Yes, it is. It is.
They were like always made out of acrylic and there's a random colour.
Yeah, and the ball in the middle that you think goes up and down and that.
Awesome.
I wanted a little bit of movement in it, and it was looking a little bit staged. That's why I did these. So just wrap it fairly tightly. Whoops. If it goes before you've held it, it does spring back. So you need to hold it just for a couple of seconds and then let go. And then you can glue it in place.
Awesome. Oh, it's nice to go around it. You just create them.
I don't know whether you can see it. As I say, it's a bit hard to see acetate, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it is all wrapped around my brush. And there it is. So the looser you wrap it, the looser your coil basically. And the last little bit of glue then, I wanted these to hang on the top to give it a little bit more dimension and a little bit of shape. Oh, this has gone off, that's why.
You know, I got loads of comments. I don't know what song the number one was, but the day that the TV program Crossroads aired for the first time.
Oh my word!
Crossroads. It was like an American.
I don't think Crossroads is British.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
I thought it was like, oh, that's Dallas. Am I thinking of?
I think you're thinking of Dallas.
Yeah. I like a newspaper from when you were born or something like that. I think all this sort of stuff, cause it lets you imagine or maybe get in the mind of what your parents were going through on the day. So they're like, you know, oh, have you seen that new program Crossroads?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I'm just gonna go and go to the hospital now.
I think there's companies out there that do it as like posters.
Yeah,
and stuff,
they do.
You can have them as like, but I think a lot of people get that for as like gifts and what have you.
I'm a little bit obsessed about like old pictures of the town, like my town now, like sort of back, because there's a Instagram of like remembering Bridgend, and there's like ones from like 1800s, late 1800s, and then you've got like early 1900s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's just cool to see the place. You know, even if you go back 20 years, it's cool to see a town. It hasn't changed, especially like that. And it's like loads of hustle bustle in the centre.
I know. So you can either coil these little acetate strips around the string, or you can leave them loose as I've left them on that one. So there's our little trash make.
Awesome, brilliant.
So hopefully you like it.
I think people are going to love these. I'll hold it a bit closer. There you can see. Really cute, great metallic colours. And awesome, done with the markers and general stuff you can find rummaging around in your bins.
Have a look in your recycling bin.
Tomato puree sales going to go through the roof now. They're not going to be able to keep them in stock.
I think we all buy a lot of tomato puree anyway.
There's going to be a rush. Yeah, there's going to be a rush.
So we always put them in the bin.
Yeah.
Just give them a rinse and chop them up.
A bit of a chat on old computers. Yeah, I really like the old noise with the cassettes, and someone said about programming them. Like my dad would spend ages. He had a book, like a binder, like old school sort of bound book.
Yeah.
And he would basically just him like F2, F3, F4 for like days at a time, trying to do like this chess game, like get chess working. I'm not sure if he ever did it. Like it was just that was part of it. That was just part of the thing.
The project.
Paula said my cousin wrote computer games for Atari and went skiing with Steven Spielberg.
Wow.
Paula, your family, what's Chesney Hawks?
Yeah.
This. Like I read it first. Everything's confusing me today. I read it first. I was going. He wrote a computer game for Atari, skiing with Steven Spielberg. I thought that was the game. I thought, what a random game. I got to check that out. Skiing with Steven Spielberg.
Well, you never know.
You never know. Yes, David. I remember. I'll have to read all these after. How did you get the hot glue to stick to the glass, please, Alison? I can never do it.
Just popped it on. So all I've done is put a little bit onto the back of these little plastics and they've stuck. I haven't had any problem at all. And they're all sturdy.
My hubby's birth song was "There's No One Quite Like Grandma," as he was born in 1980.
I tell you what I did with the first one. I stuck the first one to the string. Whether that helped, I don't know. And then the others, then you build up around it. So maybe that's
maybe you just need one to stick, and then you
yeah.
just build off that.
Do you remember that song?
I do.
Mary
There's
Roberts.
No One Quite Like Grandma.
Tab Hunter, Young Love.
Is that a game, or is that?
I don't know now anymore.
Don't remember that.
T-Rex, but spelt with like T as in
the
drinking
T-Rex.
tea. They didn't spell like that, did they?
Oh no, they spelled
with a T.
Capital T.
T-Rex, yeah. I've got crystal in a coil in my living room too now. Crystal.
That's what Dan was talking about.
Dynasty Owen, yeah. Like a lot of stuff. Like I wouldn't. It's more like just passed on. I've seen in popular culture, like Dallas and that sort of stuff.
Dynasty
True
Dallas.
Shot JR and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Hello from Lake Tahoe, CA or California, where it's currently snowing.
Oh wow!
We've had our snow, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. They reckon it's cold at the weekend.
I can't be bothered with that.
Apparently, the beast from the east.
It's not coming back.
It's coming back. Come Saturday, Friday.
The test from the west.
I have a question. Who's going to the NEC on Saturday?
Dun,
dun, dun.
You?
Yeah, me. Who else is going?
Yeah, who else is going? Yeah, let us know. I ran home every school day to watch Crossroads. What was it on? Straight after? Was it like a 4 o'clock job?
I thought it was after the news. Or maybe it was before the news.
I'm guessing that people are finding like a website. So there's websites out there where you can tell you the number one from the year you're born.
Yeah.
But I think people are finding. So Sharon says the Munsters premiered on the night I was born. So there's obviously one where like what was on TV.
Do you remember the Munsters?
Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah.
Was that them?
Yeah.
It's not. Doesn't sound quite right.
Yeah, there's something not right there.
I'll do it again.
It was very similar. It was kind of similar to
that, what I just did.
The Addams Family, but a little bit different. It was
kind of like a rip-off.
Yeah, it was along.
Yeah, I remember what it was. Yeah,
black and white.
It was kind of like Addams Family made to be funny too, so I don't know why they just
the
pretty much
The
Addams
Family were black and white when I was young, anyway. It may have been that we had a black and white telly.
That might be that.
It may have been that. I don't know.
That might be it. Me, Alison. Oh, California. Oh, Mandy's going. Sarah's going. Paula's going. Yes. I've been watching Dynasty at 10 p.m. while prepping on CBS Drama. You can find all these shows they've just playing, like old EastEnders and stuff, and Welcome Aubrey. Who's Aubrey joined us? Oh, Aubrey, first time watching, loved your project. Welcome along, Aubrey.
Oh, thank you, Aubrey.
Thanks all the new watchers.
Yes, welcome to the show.
It was awesome. I wish I was going to the NEC, says Kim. Have to go. Lovely make, Alison. I will be trying. I will be trying because I have something in mind. I'll by 4:15 every day. Oh, it's been a good trip down memory lane with a recycling.
Yes. Would you like
twist.
more recycling projects at a later date?
I'm going to say yes from me.
Yeah.
I love that. It's really good.
Yeah.
That's a yes from me.
Okay, we'll have a little
X Factor judge now.
Okay.
I think that's 100%.
I'll
1000%
recycling then. Our bin man will be happy.
Yeah, that's it. Ali, you're going to just empty in the thing. There's nothing
exactly.
in there.
No, nothing for you today.
Every day he runs up to the bin.
Oh no.
No, my bin men are not that excited. Believe you me, they're not.
Yeah, thanks to everyone who's joined us. Hope you enjoyed that project. Any questions you have regarding it, just stick them in the comments as we go through all the comments after. Yeah, lots of exciting stuff coming up. I think we've got a show tomorrow with Paula. She's doing some nouveau stuff. So check that out on a Chanda. We haven't been on a Chanda for a little while.
Brand new crystal drops.
Brand new crystal drops. So
lovely colours.
if you need those, then you're going to want to watch tomorrow.
Check
that out.
It's from 6 PM, I believe, tomorrow. Brand new crystal drops and glitter drops as well. So.
Yeah.
If you like your lovely muted colours.
If you like them, then check it out.
Have a little look.
Have a little look. Tuesday, then I think there's a show with Jodie, then showing some brand new stuff. If you check out Jodie's Wine Time, you can get a sneak peek of that. Just the bin day change. Must remember to put them out tomorrow. That's it. Let's use this as a reminder.
Check them first. See that you need anything.
Go through. We should have a trashy Tuesday or a trashy Thursday.
Yeah.
We should trashy Tuesdays. That'd be quite good.
You would.
Nice idea, Sharon.
Yeah, we could do that.
We'll have that. I only need 5. I've had my bin to change. Great project. Can you recycle my I can drop him down anytime. I don't lost that.
What would you like recycling?
What would you like recycle, Mandy? Yep, so that's it from us today. Hope you've had a great day. Hope your week's going well so far.
Oh, at the half. That's what that is.
Oh, at the half.
Poor Nick.
Nick doesn't deserve. He can't be recycled. Upcycling was that's more like a makeover, like a this morning job. Give him one of those.
Recycle my own.
Recycle my O. I was like, what are you? Everyone on the comments today just confused me.
You can't read today, can you?
I can read, just the context is just out of whack. I never know what anyone's saying.
Oh dear me. Do you think we'd all be in a bit random?
Skiing with Steven Spielberg.
That's blown your mind.
We've got to make that game.
Yeah.
Got to
that
get
has
that game.
blown your mind.
That has blown my mind. Right, so yeah, the other half, everyone's coming now. Yeah, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the week so far. We're back Friday for Tonic Showcase. So get your makes, get your recycle makes up. Try and include something a bit different on your projects. Tomorrow we've got the daily, and yeah, you're going to join Paula for those brand new crystal drops and some nouveau stuff. So loads to come, and thank you for joining us as always. So see you soon, everyone. Bye. Have a great day.